Hello and welcome to First and 40, the most informative 40 minutes of football news out there. I'm Liamith.
And I'm Mayho. Hope you guys are having a great day and welcome to our seventh, what is this?
Seventh.
Seventh episode. Nice. It's a lot of F's. I just realized there's a lot of F's in our intro.
Yeah, there is.
Informative for 40 minutes. Whatever. I'm just stupid.
Alright guys, so this is our 7th episode. We're going to be covering the week 4 games and what all has occurred, and we're going to be predicting some of the week 5 games and seeing how those, how we predict those will end up playing out.
Yeah, so obviously we're not going to go over all the games. That'd take too much time. I'll just do some of the really important ones. The one that stood out to me was the Jets finally getting a win over the Tennessee Titans in overtime.
Yeah, I mean, there was also that speculation, this was an upset that we did not think was gonna happen at all. This
I
was
don't think anybody saw it coming.
this was predicted by no one except maybe some Jets fans who have hope in their team some way. But yeah, I mean, we saw that Corey Davis had a pretty good game. Zach Wilson had one interception, but he's still been pretty bad over the first 4 games. Got pretty lucky. I don't think it was Zach Wilson's performance. I think it was just the Titans missing out on AJ and Julio, relying on that run game, and not being able to be as productive as they wanted to be, and against the Jets.
Yeah, I mean, compared to Zach Wilson's older performances, definitely really good. I think 270, 297 yards, 21 for 34. Those are great numbers. Even though they're not mind blowing, but for a rookie, after having such a horrible start they had before, this is really good. Almost 300 yards. And even though most of his yards were from 2 really big plays, 153-yard touchdown to Corey Davis and a 54 to Keelan Cole. I mean, he had a great day. And yeah, the Titans overall did not look really good without Julio Jones or AJ Brown. They pretty much relied on Derrick Henry. Pretty sure their wide receivers were, what is that? It's that one guy with the really weird name. And then Josh Reynolds, those two. So no matter how good your running game is, even with Derrick Henry, without any sort of passing game, you can't really expect much from any of your players. So yeah, in the end, Jets came out with the dub, even though it was close towards the end. Jets were up by a lot. I'm pretty sure it was 24-10.
I think it was the Titans were up. Was it? Hold on. No. It was the Jets were up
24-10, and then they came back, and then Jets won it in overtime. So yeah, I mean, hats off to the Jets for finally getting their first win. Their defense was really good, or not defense overall, but Jets defense definitely took advantage, especially in the red zone. So I just have something right here. Titans had 3 possessions inside the red zone and only came away with 3 points from all of them. So, I mean, great job by the Jets overall.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's, as I previously said, I don't think it's Zach Wilson's overperformance. I think he performed mediocre as he had in the past couple of games. It's just those other players were able to take advantage of of how much they were relying on the run game. And the Titans' run game, it did work. I mean, Derrick Henry had 32 carries for 160 yards and a touchdown. I mean, those are definitely not bad numbers. I just don't know where the failure to execute in terms of converting. I think it was the red zone, as you said. Been in the red zone for 3 possessions and only coming away with 3 points, which could have potentially been 21 points, which could have completely shifted the tide of the game overall.
Yeah, no matter how many yards you have in a game, in the end, it's all about scoring points. So even if you get all the way down there but come up with nothing, it means nothing towards the game. So yeah, definitely something to fix there for the Titans. Let's move on to which game you want to do now.
I don't mind. Anyone is fine.
Bro, just pick one.
Do you really want me to pick one? You know which one I'm going to pick.
All right, let's save that one for later.
Okay. Giants Saints. Let's talk about the Giants Saints game. This was another huge upset. I mean, not a huge, but it was a pretty solid upset. I mean, the Saints were I forget.
Yeah, another team getting their first win. The New York Giants.
Yeah, I forget. Is it
Giants
over?
weeks ago.
Is it over or under if you're like projected to win?
What?
Like, uh, if you're projected to win a game, is it like you're over or under? Like the Saints are over like 6.5 or whatever, those margins.
Oh, so like the one that has negative is the team that's projected to win.
Okay, yeah, so the Saints were under and right? That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the
San
Saints were
Francisco.
under by a significant margin. I don't know what
Over under
the
is a different thing, Leon. Go on,
what?
Leon. Don't act
Dude,
like you know about betting. I'm
I'm
joking. I was saying,
okay.
so like the team that's favored to win is like what were the odds for the Saints?
I do not know. I would have
What's
to
the
pull it
number
up.
next to the
I don't have that pulled up. Hold on.
What did you have pulled up?
I was just my mind. My mind was pulled up. Um, hold on. Okay, so the Saints were negative 380.
Okay, yeah, so they're favored by negative 380. Okay. Oh, that's different. Okay. So yeah,
Or
they were just
sorry, negative 7.5 and Giants are
yeah, 7.5. That's
7.5.
the number I was looking
Yeah,
for. So they're favored by 7.5 points. That's what it is.
yeah, and the Giants overall had a great performance from Danny Dimes. 28 for 40,
Again,
400 yards, two
you put that
touchdowns,
there.
one interception. Yeah, and he also had like 30 yards rushing. Saquon Barkley, not an insane performance. I know he had one long touchdown run, but I mean, 50 yards, like that's a pretty mediocre replaceable position, as we've said previously in our podcast that um, this running back position is becoming more and more replaceable, as we're seeing by these examples of these games, such as Saquon Barkley only putting up 50 yards. I mean, to be honest, the second string could probably have done that, right? So, yeah.
I mean, I guess. We're like Saquon's still pretty young, so it's not like it's the ACL. Obviously, it's still easing him back, but he's definitely much better than was like 3 weeks ago. He's definitely you can see that explosiveness coming back to him.
Mhm.
What was the thing I wanted to say? Daniel Jones. Holy, what he's been doing very good this year. I don't know, people. Not many people have noticed, but I think he got 400 threw over 400 yards in this game. I'm not sure the exact number, but other than last week, I'm pretty sure he's thrown for over 300 yards every single game. And
He
I
threw
mean,
for
his only
250.
interception was like a Hail Mary at the end of the half. So practically no interceptions. I mean, what a game for him and what a season start for him. So hopefully they can get some more wins coming out of this. But it's tough to see that your quarterback doing so good and barely being able to win. So it sounds pretty similar to another team that I know.
But yeah, he put up to around 250 each week before this week. So, I mean,
Really
yeah.
he didn't get
This
300.
no, he didn't touch 300. The
Well,
highest he
whatever.
got was 267. But
I thought he did. Whatever. He's still doing good.
yeah, he's still doing good. I mean, this was his first interception the entire season. So,
Well,
in this
that's pretty
game,
good.
yeah,
And it wasn't even an interception. If you
it
think
was
about
on
it.
a Hail Mary, so kind
Yeah.
of cancels out. But yeah, I mean, Giants. I think the Saints, after their first week, they're
The
slowly
offense.
on a decline.
Yeah. I don't know.
I
Like
don't know,
James,
man.
not. I mean, they're just average. I'd say even Alvin Kamara not even doing that good.
Yeah, I don't think they were after that first week's hype. I don't think they're gonna live up to. They're not going to live up.
Yeah,
Sorry,
especially that offense. Nothing is happening.
nothing is going on. I mean,
Only points.
they beat the Patriots by 15 points, but hold on, this makes no sense. Mac Jones was 30 for 51, 270 yards, one touchdown. Oh, that's where it comes from.
Say that again.
Mac Jones against the Saints was 30 for 51,
51. Only
270,
200 yards.
270 yards,
How did
one
that happen?
touchdown.
They were like check downs every single play.
I don't know. But then
Yeah.
Jameis Winston was 13 for 21 for 128 and two touchdowns. So I don't know what's.
Well, it just shows like Mac Jones is still young, still throwing those short intermediate routes. I mean, it doesn't really have much
Yeah,
to
but
do.
what I'm looking at is the passing yards. Okay, the attempts. I mean, that obviously contributes, but they relied on the passing game so much. Like they ran the ball like,
Who, the Patriots?
yeah, they barely ran the ball, and
Okay,
I don't know.
nice.
And and then the thing is, if you add the total yards, hold on. Yeah, the Patriots had 300 total yards. The Saints had 252. Patriots had 250 passing yards. Saints had 110. Saints had 140 rushing yards, and Patriots had 50 rushing yards. And then the Patriots had more yards per play too. But I
Bro,
think
I'm gonna
all
be
the
honest. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not listening to what you're saying. You're just saying numbers.
I think no, I was just reviewing and seeing how they won by so much against the Patriots with such a poor offense. But then I realized it was just Mac Jones throwing interceptions. So, yeah, I guess they're an average team. I wouldn't really put them too high anywhere. I don't see them making the playoffs. I see them sitting at a Carolina Panthers of 2020 position right now. And, yeah.
All right. Yeah. So great win for the Giants. Nice. Hats off to them. Which one do you want to do now? Let's do. Let's see. You want to do? Or let's do your game. The one you wanted to do.
All right, I have a lot to discuss about this game. First
I
off,
don't. I don't have much to say.
dude, I'm just
So
gonna
I have a
run.
few things to say, but I'll let you go first.
All right, first thing, we're gonna cover the Washington football team because there's
Oh,
much
you
more
wanted
to
to do
talk.
that one?
Yeah. What
Oh, I
other
thought you wanted
one?
to do a different one.
Really?
Yeah, I thought. Never mind. I thought you wanted to do Ravens and Broncos.
Oh, we can get to that one later. We can get to that one another time.
All right.
Um, so Washington football team. The first thing I want to say before I go and speak on the Falcons' completely poor performance, besides Cordell Patterson, the goat. Um, Taylor Heineke, he was able to create plays under pressure, and Matt Ryan was as well. But I don't think it was him being good. He had an insane game, like statistically wise. But I think if you watch the game, it was literally just the Falcons' defense not knowing what they were doing. They were running in opposite directions, not like seeing, like it was just bad. And
I
then
mean, you can't take
Antonio,
that away from him. He's just take. You can't blame him for playing a bad defense. He played a great game. Took advantage of
I'm
the Falcons' horrible defense that they were doing all day.
yeah, exactly. He took
So
advantage. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying the
okay.
stats reflect more on the poor performance of the defense than
Yeah,
his
I see what you.
his
Oh,
good
man,
plays.
I thought the chokes were over, dude.
Dude.
That was bad. This
And then
game.
Terry McLaurin had an easy walk-in touchdown where two defenders were there, and neither
No, it
of
wasn't
they.
like it was like a lollipop though. There was two defenders there. Either like one of them could have picked. How do you not pick it when it takes like 10 seconds
He
for the
literally was watching
defender
it. He was looking up into the sky, and he saw the ball
to his hands?
sailing down.
His hands
I
up.
don't
He was like, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything.
like he literally didn't
Whatever.
move from the ball where it was 20 yards out, where he was staring from it. Like he didn't move his position. He just stood in the same spot. Like might as well have just been the ref watching him catch the touchdown.
That was horrible.
And
I don't even
then
know what to say about it. And it was third down too. I'm pretty sure.
yeah, it was. It was like 3rd and 8 or something like that. But yeah, and then their defensive line, they put pressure on Matt Ryan the entire game, and our offensive line, personally, I don't think they did a necessarily bad job protecting Matt Ryan.
I think they did like compared to how they done before. They've done
Against
pretty. They did pretty good against a really good defensive
yeah,
line.
especially against this defensive line. I mean, even though they were like collapsing, at least Matt Ryan was able to step up, because there was definitely a couple of throws that Matt Ryan made because he stepped up in that pocket. Because normally he just sat back and let the pocket collapse around him. This time he actually stepped up and made the play, which was very like good to see, but it still didn't.
Yeah, great offensive day for our team, but I
mm,
especially towards the end
mm,
of the game, we were
mm,
literally getting zero pressure. I
I
was
don't.
watching. I'm like,
I don't.
let's get a little bit of pressure here. Nothing. We
I don't
blitzed.
think it was a good
Nothing.
offensive performance. I think
I was literally That's literally all I was watching towards the end of the game, hoping to get some sort of pressure. Nothing. Zero pressure on Taylor Heineke, even especially on like the most important drive of the game, the last two, the most important drives of the game. Zero pressure, and obviously that's why right when we were up to, we gave them back. We went like 3-and-out, obviously, as we always do in the fourth quarter. And then we gave the ball right back to them with 5 minutes left, 5 minutes left, and I'm like, this game's over. I literally
it was
said
three
it. I'm like,
minutes. It was 3 minutes, I think.
whatever, doesn't matter.
But yeah,
All,
and in
I
my
don't know.
personal opinion on that drive when they went 3-and-out, it was a 4th and 4. Don't get me wrong, but the thing is, like, disregarding what happened after, if Youngwei Koo punted it well or not, he punted it for 25 yards earlier. Okay, like, I wouldn't have confidence in a kicker to punt my ball again and expect it as it did. Go 40 yards. Like, that's something, like, in that situation, in that circumstance, they got lucky that it was hit 40 yards, and we still lost the game. You should have gone for it on 4th and 4, be more aggressive, and take control of that lead, and keep that lead.
But the thing is,
And listen,
we were inside. We
I
were
know,
on our
I know,
25,
I know,
like
I
giving
know.
them three free points.
I know. And the thing is, if that was the case, then they could score quickly and we would have another chance. But the thing is, because we're punting it to them, we're literally just relying on our defense. And I have no faith in our defense whatsoever to do that within 2 minutes. Especially with how they were playing, like, earlier in the game. That's a gamble you would take any day of the week. A 4th and 4. Okay, maybe 4th and 10. Yeah, don't take it. But it's a 4th and 4. Like,
That's what you mean.
you already had 5 yards of previous play. Like, obviously it doesn't make the next play any easier, but it's just like, it's so simple. It's these simple play calls that could have
It's
got us
40,
the
we would've-
win.
Yeah, especially towards the end, we were at the 40
And the
in
thing
like 10
is,
seconds.
yeah, and the thing is that even if they did score, they would have tried to run out the clock first, so they wouldn't even have scored a touchdown, right? They would have kept running the ball, so then they wouldn't even had a touchdown, so then we could have actually had a chance at least driving it down to not even the end zone, to the 30-yard line, and having our kicker kick a field goal. That is the most sensible play call in that moment, and I don't know what Arthur Smith was doing in that moment.
I mean, I see. I definitely, now that you say it, I see what you mean. But it was the like, I think the injury to Cameron Isaac was definitely, yeah. I'm conflicted now that you mentioned that. It was really good. The way you put it was really good. I know I usually don't tell that to you because you usually have really bad takes, but yeah, I definitely see what you mean, especially in that situation where our defense could not stop anything. And it's basically giving them 3 points no matter where it is on the field.
Exactly.
Giving them 3 points, by giving them the ball back. So yeah, I definitely see what you mean.
And it was,
Even though Arthur Smith still, I don't know. I see what you mean. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
it's just, and the thing is, like, our offense was, and the thing that also was bothered me was that on our very first drive, we had an insanely executed, perfectly coordinated,
Not even
most
mention the red zone.
most beautiful, like, constructed drive. Like, that was, like, if you see that offense, every single game, on our first drive, it's like the 2016 Falcons, and then you go past the 20-yard line, and all of a sudden it just dissipates.
The penalties, man.
It's just
I'm
like,
telling you.
it's like everything just disappears. It's like with,
A lot of the things, the problems for the Falcons been this year, a lot been penalties, like holding penalties on the offensive line, especially
yeah,
at least on the offensive
there was like
side.
3 on Jalen Mayfield, I'm pretty sure, too.
Jalen Mayfield, oh my goodness, I know he's a rookie, but like he sucks, dude. Even though he's a rookie, and I know we have nobody better on our offensive line. Our offensive line, dude, our whole team in general sucks, dude.
Dude, it's
Well,
tough,
yeah, we
bro.
desperately need some offensive line help.
And what else? Cordero Patterson, that was the best pickup by far. I mean, I thought Davis was going to have more of an impact, but Cordero Patterson, hats off to
Yeah.
him, man.
I don't think anybody
mean,
could have predicted the volume that he got,
dude,
especially in the red zone
dude,
where Matt Ryan
I knew
threw it to him a
I knew
lot.
he was going to get, like a couple touches. That's why I picked him up on fantasy and started him. I'm like, all right, he's gonna get a solid performance, right? I was playing Mayhew. He put up 36 points, 34 points. I'm like,
Yeah.
that he literally was the like he couldn't be stopped. He was literally like our Swiss Army knife. I mean, I think I forgot who it was, but one of the commentators said that at halftime too. It's just like Cordell Patterson was all over the field making defensive special teams plays, kick returning, receiving, running. I mean, there's nothing he can't do. And
Yeah,
I
it was
think,
a fantastic game.
but my issue with this is that Calvin Ridley has not been doing good, and I think as a result we've had to go to
Dude, the
Cordell
drops,
Patterson.
the drops,
Dude,
bro.
Alameda Zaccheaus with that one drop that could have scored us a
I mean,
touchdown. Did we
we
score a
got the
touchdown?
ball
We
back.
did. No. Did we
Yeah,
score
we
a
scored it. We
touchdown?
got a touchdown on that drive. That was one of the
I
Cordell
think
Patterson's.
one of the three, but I think
Yeah,
I think it was a check down and then he ran in. I think it was that one, but
yeah.
that just hurts to see, man. He had like 5 yards of separation when the ball was in his hands and he dropped it.
Yeah, he was wide open.
Like like not even 5 yards of separation when Matt Ryan threw the ball. 5 yards of separation when the ball was in his hands when he dropped it. I mean, it doesn't seem like a
Yeah.
lot, but that's a lot of space to make a move and maybe even go past that defender.
Even Ridley. I know this two drops were pretty hard catches, pretty like long deep balls. I think the first one wasn't that bad, the one where he had it and then he got hit and it got knocked out. That's okay. That's
Hmm.
very hard to hold on to. But the second one, I mean, if you want to be considered as one of the greatest receivers in the league, the best receivers in the league, you have to make those types of catches. And it's not like again one of those hard hits. Like he fell to
Hmm.
the ground and then the ball came on. You got to grab it and tuck it. But I don't know.
And
Like that could have changed a lot
it
of
was
momentum wise in the game.
it was all over our offense, man. I think at least every receiver with every receiver with
But
above
still,
30
you
yards.
can't blame your offense when they score 30 points. It
Yeah,
does
but
come down to the
no,
defense.
no, you can't blame them, but you can still put up more points. I mean, it's not like a cap or anything, right?
Obviously.
There's always room for improvement, and especially when you know our defense is gonna do bad, that just the what is it? The pressure on our offense to score more points just increases. Do you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Because like you like at this point you cannot rely on our defense for one stop, and I'm being honest here. Like if it was 28 to like, oh shoot. That's kind of ironic. That was the exact score of our game. Okay, let's suppose it's 10-12, and we're up 12-10. Like it's the same scenario. Like they're not gonna stop them. I mean, they didn't even say, "Oh, we're gonna let you score a field goal." The guy scored a whole touchdown.
That missed tackle by Debo. I mean, I think it was good that we scored. Like, good that they scored there, because we wouldn't have gotten any time even if they scored out. I mean, yeah, they would have been held to a field goal. Actually, yeah, if he made that tackle, they would have had a field goal, right? It was third down, I think.
I don't know. There was
Or
just
whatever.
so
I'm
many.
pretty sure it was third down, that play, the one where they got the touchdown. So if he made that tackle, they would have went
It
for
was like third and
probably went for the
5, I
field goal.
think. It was third and short, whatever.
Whatever.
He missed an open
I
field
mean,
tackle, right, on J.D. McKissick.
J.D. McKissick. Yes.
Yeah. Well, we talked a lot about that game. I mean,
Yeah, enough had to say.
Falcons secondary needs to improve. Doesn't help that Isaiah
And
Oliver's
then
on IR.
injury. Isaiah Oliver's out for the year. I'm pretty sure, or on IR. I don't know what happened to him.
Injury report. Right.
That's not what IR is.
What does it mean? Am I tripping? I'm not. Sorry. Let's see.
I'm checking. Yeah, it's Isaiah Oliver.
Injured reserve. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, so our punter's on IR too.
Yeah. It's great, isn't it? We just picked him up too.
I don't really care. It's a punter. Punters are pretty replaceable.
He was punting good though. He ain't no
Not
average
against the
punter.
Bucks. In the Bucks, he did horrible.
That was a different punter, bro.
No, it
Swear.
was the same guy. It was
No
the same
way.
guy. Yes, it
No
was.
way.
It's the same guy, dude.
No way. We picked up another punter though. I know
Yeah,
we
but we
did.
didn't play him.
Oh, really?
It was just for competition because he did bad.
Oh. Well, now we're gonna have to use. Then why didn't we use him last game, dude? Was he not on active roster?
I have no clue.
But he did good against the Bucks. He did bad against Giants. Right?
He did good. He did bad against the Bucks. He did good against the Giants.
He punted for 157 yards. Oh, never mind. That's bad. Okay.
I told you. Did you see the
Yeah.
average? He's like
Yeah,
30
yeah.
something.
All right. Let's move on. Panthers Cowboys. I like the Cowboys team.
Oh,
I love this Cowboys team. In fact, this Cowboys team is one might be bold with this statement, but I predict that they are going to the playoffs.
it's
They're-
not bold. I mean,
They are.
I don't think it's that bold.
Oh, considering their vision, yeah. But yeah,
I mean, I think looking at their division too, I don't see anybody else that's better than them in that division as of right now.
bro, the Cowboys could honestly like get an insanely good record. They don't have many hard teams against their, like they got the Giants, which will win. Patriots, Vikings is a meh. Broncos is, I don't know if Teddy's gonna be injured that long.
I like how
meh.
you said meh for Vikings, especially
Do you want to go
if
to?
they.
Do you want to go to
All right,
Ravens Broncos?
let's keep going.
Falcons Cowboys. Unfortunately, that's probably gonna be a win. It's definitely gonna be a win. Cowboys Chiefs. The Cowboys win that. Their defense is trash. Cowboys Raiders. That could be an interesting game. Cowboys Saints.
Like
Like all
13 more
these.
games. I think
these
maybe
games-
at worst they lose like four
Yeah.
or five. Maybe at worst they lose 4 or 5.
At this rate, if
Not that hard of a schedule.
as long as everyone on their like team stays healthy, they're fine.
Yeah, the hardest games on here are Chiefs and Cardinals. So even if they lose those both, Washington twice, New York twice, Vikings, Broncos, Raiders, Saints. I mean, and then Eagles again. Yeah, I mean, I think they could easily make the playoffs,
Yeah. I think they're
considering how horrible their division is playing so far.
Yeah, that's another discussion. But yeah, we have around 13, 15 minutes
All right,
left.
let's move on to predictions then.
So let's talk about, all right, what games are interesting this week?
I'm pulling it up.
I think Bills Chiefs might be a good one. Right?
Yeah, that's going to be a really good game. I think this game is going to determine the best team in the AFC, as like obviously as of right now. But
you can't really say the Chiefs. I mean, yeah, their record doesn't really speak for their caliber, but like they kind of like don't have like a chance of making the playoffs if they keep this up.
who are the Chiefs? Did you say the Chiefs?
Yes, sorry, I nodded.
Oh, I'm not looking at you. I'm not looking at your thing. I mean, I guess like looking at how their defense played against the Eagles, I saw this TikTok thing. It was like overreaction Monday, and there's like a bunch of overreactions to what happened in week 4, and one of the things was the Chiefs need to score like 40 plus a game in order for them to win.
Yeah,
And to be honest, I don't think that's an overreaction.
it's definitely not. I mean,
The defense is not really able to stop
like
anyone.
if you look at their games right now, all of their games are 25 plus points, the winning team. Like that's a significant margin.
Wow.
And all their games are close too. Like Browns Chiefs, they had to put up 33 points against the Browns 29 points in order to win. Ravens Chiefs, the Ravens won 36-35 by 1 point, right? And then Chargers Chiefs, the Chargers won 30-24. And then the
Yeah,
Chiefs
they're-
Eagles, they won 42-30, right? So like they're still winning by a big margin, but they're having to put up a lot more points than expected than you would want in order to win a game.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear for me as of right now. The best teams, the best teams in the AFC and NFC are the Bills and Cardinals. I think
Hmm.
those are the only two teams that I've seen because I think Bills week one, uh,
It's week
they're
one.
three straight blowouts make up for it. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Three state blowout wins. I mean, that easily makes up for it in my eyes. So I think the Bills, uh, a quarter way through the season, are the best team in the AFC, and the Cardinals, pretty obviously, are the best team in the AFC, and the Cardinals are obviously the best team in the NFC.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Cardinals, Kyler Murray, and their entire team has just been
I called. I don't know if I mentioned it in this podcast anytime. Kyler Murray. I called it during the off season. I know Leon
like
can attend to
like
can attend
four
to my
times.
thing. And this is before the season, by the way. I said
Yeah,
Kyler Murray was going to win
yeah,
MVP.
before the season. You also
I'm
said
one
that
point away.
Kirk Cousins had a chance.
Okay, I said dark horse. That was dark horse, and he's
Okay.
not even doing that bad. Look at his stats. He's doing pretty good.
Mm. All right. Anyways, moving on to another game.
You're
Colts,
gonna disregard Kirk Cousins like that?
bro. Okay, who are they
See.
playing next week? They're playing the Lions. You think they're gonna win that game?
Look at Kirk Cousins.
I don't think they're gonna win the game.
Hey, week one he did bad. That's not right. They didn't play the Browns week one.
They played the
Yes, they did.
Bengals.
Oh, they played Browns last. Okay, he did really bad last week. Holy crap! Or this week
He popped off week one.
and two and three, 1, 2, and 3. Look at that.
Oh
351
snap!
yards week one, 2 touchdowns. Week two, 244 yards, 3 touchdowns, and then week three, 323 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Oh, I think the reason he played bad was because of Miles Garrett.
Dude, Myles Garrett's actually going insane.
He's going crazy. Well, anyways, bringing back to this point, Detroit Lions versus Minnesota Vikings. Who do you got?
I knew you did that short, bro. I'll give you a chance. Say it again.
Let's see who they played. They lost against yeah, never mind. I'm gonna have to stick with you on this one. They're not beating the Vikings. If they beat the
Who?
Vikings, the Lions are not beating the Vikings.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, like, you never know. Obviously, it's the NFL, but obviously the Vikings are going to be the clear favorite.
Yeah. So Vikings, Lions. Let's cover Broncos, Steelers.
I mean, I think Broncos easily win that.
Is Teddy? How long is Teddy out for? What was he out for? Concussion, right?
Oh, I forgot. Teddy's injured. That is a great question.
I think he's out with a concussion.
That actually sucks. I still think Broncos win, but it's tough.
They said they could. Oh, they could sign another quarterback apparently. He's also saying
Really?
that yeah,
I mean, who's there in free agency?
I don't I don't know. If
Top
symptoms subside,
three
Broncos
QB.
quarterback Teddy Bridgewater could play 7 days after injury, I think.
Top three.
7 days
QB.
after concussion.
Matt Schaub retired. RG3.
No way that's their best person in free agency.
Cole McDonald. Oh, this is by team. What am I saying?
What are you doing, bro?
What is this list? Such a stupid list.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I honestly think if Teddy's out, Steelers got this by a mile, and
Joe
honestly,
Flacco.
I think even if he does come back, I don't think he'll be 100%, so I do not think that the Broncos will beat the Steelers, unfortunately, although the Steelers are kind of bad.
Okay.
Browns, Chargers, I think the actually with the Miles Garrett's pressure, I don't know.
All right. What'd you say 30 minutes ago?
I said the Chargers were gonna
You changed,
win.
you changed your pick, man.
Yeah,
Come
but
on.
we also talked about Miles Garrett, so that also influenced my
Yeah.
decision.
I mean, I picked Browns too. I mean, even the Chargers offense is doing really good so far. I don't know. I think this could be another two playoff teams. This could be a potential playoff matchup in the future. So I think it's going to be a great game. I still think the Browns are the better team, though. Even though their offense did very bad
I think the only reason
last
the
week.
Browns are gonna win is because of Myles Garrett. I'm gonna be quite honest here.
Okay.
Oh wait,
I mean,
hold on. The Chargers have that new guy. What's his name? Rashawn Slater.
okay.
Interesting conversation here. I'm gonna still say that I think the Chargers are gonna win this
Okay.
because I mean it's honestly really close, but I think as long as they're able to like protect Justin Herbert and not let Myles Garrett become a monster and get like 5 sacks and a lot of pressure, I think they should be fine. And
All right.
they're at home, so
Wow.
plays a factor. Cause
Did you
it's
watch the game yesterday?
no.
I feel like there's like more Raiders fans there than Chargers fans.
Well, it's also because it's Las Vegas. Las Vegas is really close. No Ohio fans are gonna come all the way to LA.
You never know. I don't think anybody likes the Chargers.
Them and their 7 fans.
Yeah. Rams own LA. I
Yeah.
think that's pretty clear.
Did the Chargers play the Rams? Are they gonna play the
They
Rams?
did in.
No,
They
they
might. I think that's the
didn't.
next. They play next year.
Oh, that sucks, bro. That would have been such a good matchup this year.
I mean, what's gonna change from this year to next year? They'll still be good next year.
I don't know, man. Anything can change.
I mean, these two teams. I mean, the only thing that can really change is like some small things. No major things will really change. But yeah,
Really?
whatever.
What
Yeah, I
if?
mean, like,
What
there's
if?
no main free agents on these teams.
Hopefully
Either of
not.
the,
But what if some randomly both starting quarterbacks get injured?
wow.
What if it's week 17?
Whatever. Those are all what ifs. You could say that about any team.
True. But we're talking about next year.
Whatever.
chance-
This is such a stupid conversation. I don't even
The
know why we're talking
chance-
about this.
The chance is much higher. Anyways, I got the
Whatever.
Chargers in this game by 3 points, game-winning field goal.
I'm still taking the Browns. I think it'll be low.
Alright.
Not low. Yeah, I think it'll be a pretty low scoring game. Browns defense will dominate.
What other games are there to cover?
Do you want to
cover it.
do? This game sucked, dude. Oh, we didn't say who we were gonna pick for Bills and Chiefs.
Oh, Bills.
I'm gonna go Bills.
Yeah.
I'm not sold on the Chiefs defense. I think the Bills
Chiefs
offense is gonna
defense has
dominate.
been choking, yeah. I mean, 40-0, that's
And the
some
Bills
numbers.
defense has been fantastic too. Back-to-back shutouts.
Who's that
That's
guy?
very hard
Is he
to
on
do.
the Cowboys? I think he's on the Cowboys. Yeah.
Trayvon Diggs,
Yeah.
5 interceptions.
Yeah.
I saw this video on TikTok. The guy was like, "Is Trayvon Diggs the best cornerback in the NFL?" Oh my goodness.
He's just a ball hawk. There's a difference between being a best corner and being a ball hawk. Like you can
Yeah,
you
he's
can
not-
be a
not
ball
even close
hawk
to
and
best
be like
cornerback
exactly.
in
Like
NFL.
you can be the best cornerback and get like like 0 interceptions.
Zero.
Because
Yeah.
people don't
That's why.
want to
That's
throw to
why
your
I've
side.
been constantly saying Xavier Howard is overrated. Just because he got 10 interceptions last year does not mean he's good. I mean, he's
It's
good, obviously.
Because
but,
like
he's not-
realistically, if you think about
he
this,
should not be in
right?
the tier of
Realistically,
Jalen
if you
Ramsey
think
and
about
Jair
this,
Alexander.
interceptions for a cornerback rely on them having bad coverage on the receiver, right? Because the quarterback sees someone and they throw it,
Somewhat, yeah.
right? And then they go and make the play out of it, but they were open at one point.
And the reason why like Jalen Ramsey and Jair Alexander don't have high interceptions because the ball never gets thrown to their side. Quarterbacks always try to avoid their side of the field. So
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's why I don't really like using interceptions to
I mean, for safety, safety is pretty much the same thing, but
for any player. Interceptions makes it's kind of useless.
But the thing is, safety, it's like you can like fly across the field. Cornerback, you're normally man to man, right?
Sorry, I was yawning. What'd you say? I was listening.
I said, but for safety, it could be like different because a safety like I mean, at least sometimes they fly from like one side of the field to the other side of the field, right? So it's like it's not necessarily them having bad coverage; it's them making a play on the ball.
Yeah, I think safeties obviously most of the time get more interceptions than corners.
Yeah,
But
so I think for safeties, interceptions is more representative because that's kind of their job.
somewhat, I
But
guess.
because their job essentially is to fly to the ball, right?
Fly.
You get what I mean? Run, whatever their mode of transportation
I'm
towards
joking.
the ball is.
I am joking.
They get in a car, they drive to the ball.
That was such a bad joke.
That was a very funny joke.
That was the most Liam joke I've ever heard.
Comment down below if that was a funny joke.
If anybody comments saying that was funny,
I'll comment it on my other account.
all right, whatever. You can go be a loser and do that yourself.
All right. Well,
I think that's it. Yeah,
that's for 40 minutes. So,
First
for the
time we've
first
actually finished on
week,
time, I think.
for the first week, we are at 41 minutes, and we've actually covered 3 to 4 games on both sides.
We've done it.
This is insane.
Hats off to him. First time we're actually close to 40 minutes.
Yeah, and I mean that's all I have. Great episode. Couple interesting matchups next week. Real quick, just like 2 seconds. Jets or Falcons? Honestly, unbiasedly, with like wholeheartedly, unbiasedly, Jets Falcons.
There's no way I can't be biased about this. Obviously, Falcons on top, baby. No matter what time of the day it is, I'm going to get up, watch the Falcons destroy the Jets at 9:30 a.m. in London. Hopefully. All right, I'm going to leave it at that. Falcons going to win by a lot.
I'm saying Falcons win 63 to 0. Our defense becomes Legion of Boom.
No, but seriously, I wouldn't be surprised if the Falcons lose. Losing to the Jets seems like the most Falcons thing ever.
No, that's
losing to the
it's
Jets
honestly
is the most
one of
Falcons.
the most expected things at this point. Looking at the Jets just beat the Titans. We just lost to the Washington football team and
Choked to the Washington.
barely beat the Giants. I mean, it's kind of like it's not a huge shocker if we lose to the Jets, but it's just more sad and more depressing to be a Falcons fan. But that's
Whatever.
our time, guys.
We'll leave it at that.
Hope you guys enjoyed episode 7. Make sure to drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe. And we'll see you guys next time.